Welcome back to episode 21. This is SMR. This week, I got a new artist for you guys. He goes by the name of Romeo Wilson. This song is called Distraction. Check it out. Shalisa Marie Radio.
When you talking like that and moving like that, I lose my focus. Girl, when you do that, I lose I'm losing my mind. Can I get it back? I'm losing all this time. Girl, you so bad. Cause girl, when I look in your eyes, you know I can't tell no lies to you. You got me so hypnotized by you. Can I get some of your love? It's never enough, so girl, back it up like you do. Can I get some of your love? Girl, back it up, I can't get enough when it's you. Cause you a hard distraction. But day goes by, I don't know what happened. No long talk, girl, you bout that action. You a hard distraction. And I won't tell no lie. All the time, all the time. And I won't tell no lie. It happens every time, every time. I'm calling your phone after midnight, cause you can't be seen in the daytime. Girl, you take up all of my time, and you never stick to the timeline. Baby, do better. Shooting your shot, no beretta. Never say never, girl, I'm about whatever. I'm running late for the day. I know you want me to stay, so can I get some of your love? It's never enough, so girl, back it up like you do. Can I get some of your love? Girl, back it up, I can't get enough when it's you. Cause you a hard distraction. But day goes by, I don't know what happened. No long talk, girl, you bout that action. You a hard distraction. And I won't tell no lie. All the time, all the time. And I won't tell no lie. It happens every time, every time. And when you talking like that and moving like that, I lose my focus. Girl, when you do that, I lose my.
Welcome back to Shalisa Marie Radio. This is episode 21. Welcome back. So today we are going to educate you guys because a lot of people don't really know about this topic a lot or just don't talk about it enough. So we're going to talk about taboos. A taboo is a social or religious custom prohibiting or forbidding discussion of a particular practice or forbidding association with a particular person, place, or thing.
So we're going to start off with something that is a strong topic, but I feel like a lot of people don't talk about it. Infanticide. Infanticide is a person who kills an infant, especially their own. So a mother or a parent killing their newborn child. Infanticide happens within a year of the child being born. Now, this is less common in the Western world. About 2.1 per 100,000 newborns a year are killed this way. The United Nations Population Fund states that 100 million girls go missing due to sex-selective abortions, with India having one of the highest female infanticide incidents in the world.
Okay, so just explain what sex-selective is, because I just learned about this today. So infanticide, like, people are killing their children.
Yes.
Like, people are killing their own children within a year of them being born.
So infanticide, it's not only done because of sex-selective abortions, but in the Eastern world, like India and China, which is the most common, sex-selective abortions is when you go to the doctor and they say, okay, you're gonna have a girl. Most of those girls are killed off because in those parts of the world, guys are looked at superior and less frowned upon to the family, and they can continue the generation, the bloodline, things like that.
That's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's actually fucked up. As if a woman can't continue a bloodline either, though. Like, I get it.
The family name and like just being like the man of the house, stuff like that. So that's where that comes from. But I also read in an article, I don't know if you guys know where Samoa is, but it is just east of Australia in the Oceania continent. So Samoa has a population of 196,440 people. This year, 2018, a number of incidents involving babies abandoned at birth or infanticide by mothers has risen dramatically. And this reason is because there has been a rise in sexual violence and abuse in communities. So the women that are being sexually violated or abused in these communities are feeling shame and anger from their parents, family, and society. So they don't know what to do. They don't know where to turn. So what do? They end up killing their baby because they're going through all of this. How would you feel to know that your family, your society, you live in a small village, they're all going to be looking at you like you're nothing, you're dirty now, right? You're used, you're washed up. Me personally, I don't know if I'd kill my baby. I'd probably kill myself. But then what's going to happen to my baby?
Can I just run away?
Where are you going to go?
To America? Or Canada?
It's not that easy.
I know, it's not that easy.
You need a plane ticket? Where's the airport? Can you even afford to get on the plane? Do you have a passport? All these things running through their mind. Do you even speak English?
Yeah, that's messed up.
And these are how these women are living.
So this is going on right now. In east of Australia.
Samoa,
and
yeah.
Probably a lot of other foreign countries in the world as well. So we need to stay woke. Just because we're in Canada or America and we have, certain privileges and we get to wake up to, a roof over our heads and are able to have children. Like, there's young people. No matter
if they're a boy
yeah,
or
it doesn't
girl,
matter if you're a girl or a guy.
Disabled, not disabled. Yeah. That's also a big thing. If you have a kid that is disabled, and I mean like that has autism or Down syndrome in that field, they think they beat your kid. There's one kid at where I work, and back home where he's from, they used to beat him because he was left-handed. So anytime he'd write with his left hand, they would beat him because you're supposed to write with your right hand. So when he came to Canada and started working with us, anytime we would raise our hand or something like that, he'd flinch.
Yeah, PTSD for sure.
Do you know how much that hurts someone's heart?
Yeah, and to tell them I'm not here to hurt you.
But because you're gonna do that because they're different.
Because they're left-handed. Like, yeah. Why do people take life so... Like, the thing that pisses me off is that all these things are man-made. Like, they're made up. These are made-up rules that some dominant person in this country came up with and said, if you don't do this, if you're not like this, if you don't look like this, then I am going to shun you, basically. who are you?
Exactly.
Like, this is not yours.
Yeah.
Wherever you live, this is not yours. Like, the audacity.
But something interesting about infanticide is that it's not only humans. Actually, animals that are kept in confinement can kill and even devour their own infants. So zoo animals are mostly known to kill their offspring. And this concludes as infanticide because of a pathological response to abnormal stress. So animals are supposed to be free. They're not supposed to be kept in captivity.
Yeah.
So that also plays on their mental. And that's what they end up doing to their kids. But the joke is, it also happens in the wild. And the most common animal that does this is a kangaroo. If a kangaroo is being chased by its predator, it will take the joeys out of his pouch and throw it into the way of the predator to save themselves.
That's so funny.
So they sacrifice their own offspring just to save themselves.
That's messed up. And they just came into the world.
Seriously.
They just came into the world, and they have no idea what's going on either.
So it's not just humans. Animals do it too.
Everything is connected.
Okay, let's switch gears here. We have another one. A camera.
Yeah.
In the Western world, if you don't have a camera, you're... Yeah, like, what are you? What do you even consider someone that doesn't have a camera?
Foreign,
you're foreign, exactly. Which is so funny because in Indonesia, because so many people are poor, a lot of people don't own a camera, which means they don't really have pictures of themselves. So if you ever travel to Indonesia and you say boleh, which means may I, many will accept and take a picture with you. That's crazy because there's 25.5 million Canadians who use smartphones.
Yeah.
So that's 70% of Canadians.
We all have
use
cameras.
Smartphones.
We all have cameras, whether it's like an actual camera or a camera on our phone. So it's kind of like, that's why when I go to Ghana next year, like, I'm so interested to see how they live.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna be so different. Like, do they have, I don't know, like... But the thing is, a lot of people talk about foreign countries and, like, make them sound like they don't have anything, and then people often go there and they have
everything
that we like. That's why I don't want to say, like, oh, like, am I gonna be bathing in a tub?
Yeah.
But I asked the girl and she said we are. So I'm gonna be bathing in a tub instead of a shower.
But that also goes to show, like, how shunned we are as westernized people.
Yeah, we're aliens.
Exactly. We're aliens to them.
Yeah.
Because we think that life is so black and white, but there's so many gray areas that we don't even know about.
Convenience. Like, everything right now in this world is just based off of convenience. Like, everything we do.
No one wants to go the extra mile.
We're all lazy.
Yeah, that's exactly
And then they design products to cater to laziness, and then we become aliens, literally. It's kind of scary because we're only in 2018.
It's like we're in a bubble.
Yeah, we are in a bubble.
We don't know what's about to hit us. And there's so much more coming, and we don't know about it because we're not educated.
We're not educated. That's the problem.
But that's for another day. Going back to Indonesia, since we're on the topic, it is taboo to deliberately embarrass someone. This includes ego-based or emotional outbursts. They believe that problems should be solved in private. Let that one sink in, guys.
Say that again.
Should I repeat it?
Yes.
Ego-based or emotional outbursts are prohibited in Indonesia. They believe that problems should be solved in private. Emphasis on the private. Since 2002, fighting behavior has increased, especially in grades 6 to 8. According to Red Cross, 1 in 4 students from grades 7 to 9 in an Alberta study reported experiencing cyberbullying. Now, I consider cyberbullying being public because
anything public.
It doesn't have to be face-to-face. Public cyberbullying, the cyber world is the new face-to-face.
Yeah.
Everyone can see what's going on. If you get into an argument with someone on Twitter, everyone's
Twitter
seeing
beef.
that. Everyone's jumping in that.
Instagram, Facebook,
all of that. So to know that a couple thousand miles away, that's prohibited, it's disgusting, it's frowned upon, and over here...
that should exist over here.
Big time, and people are killing themselves.
And people are killing themselves, and people, like, I just watched a video on this little dark-skinned boy, and, like, his mom was singing, like, a song to him about, like, how much she loves him and stuff, but he was literally bawling because he's getting bullied right now, online and at school, for being dark-skinned. And I'm like, where are these kids, first of all, like, learning this type of, like, you know, treatment to go to school and bully kids because they're dark skinned? Like, who's teaching them that?
Who do you think you are? To add on that, I read yesterday in the Daily Mail, there was a 9-year-old girl in Alabama, rest her soul.
Yep.
9 years old, took her life, committed suicide, took her own life because she was being bullied at school because she was friends with a white boy, and his family would drive her to school. And she would get notes in her class saying, oh, like, do you think you're better because you're riding with a white boy? Like, you're still black. Just go die. Go kill yourself.
Like, what?
9 years old. What grade are you in at 9 years old? Like, grade 4?
Grade 4.
Grade 4.
Grade 4.
Where are you learning the words black bitch?
And the thing is, that's where we, as a generation, need to be careful of how we carry ourselves, because there's younger people looking up to us, and these young people don't just come out of the womb saying these things. That's older people teaching them, or older people who they are surrounded by or around, saying these nasty, disrespectful things, brainwashing youth to go to school now and carry that into their social life and affect young innocent children who probably have not heard those words before because they're not growing up in a household like that.
Or no, they've probably heard it, but the thing is, at 9 years old, you're just throwing those words out there. You don't know what it means, and you don't know the effect that it can have on a person. When we were younger, we used to say sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. People today don't know the concept of that, and words are hurting people.
Yeah, but I'm saying those words that these kids are saying are coming from our generation.
Yeah.
And that's what pisses me off, because it's like, I can have a child and I can raise them properly and great and say all the great loving things to them that they need to hear about themselves, and then I send them into the world, and then there's other people out there, older people, who are teaching their children jack crap.
Yeah.
And then I come home and see my child dead.
But see, for me, that's where, like, I pray I don't go wrong, because if my kid comes, first of all, I'm going to have a relationship with my kid where they're going to be able to come home and tell me anything. So if my kid comes home and tells me that another kid, specifically, whatever the amount of children, are saying rude things or whatever the case may be, and I go to the school and I talk to the school and they don't do anything about it, I'm going to the kid.
Oh yeah, straight.
And if the parent has something to say, you can get talked to too.
Yeah.
No one's gonna disrespect my kids. I won't throw hands, but I mean, like, no, like, I'm not gonna lose my child because you don't know how to train yours.
Messed up.
That's not gonna happen. So reading that yesterday was really hurt my heart. 9 years old.
I know. I saw the
Just let that sink in, guys. 9.
Suicide.
Rest in peace.
Mind you, suicide. Like,
imagine how scared she was.
Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. The fact that and remember, me and you were talking about this, like, when we were younger, like, suicide wasn't, I don't even think that we knew what suicide was at our age.
Exactly.
Like, and obviously bullying has been going on for forever, and for time, obviously not I haven't heard of any incidents amongst my circle of friends when I was younger about bullying, but I just feel like if bullying were to happen in our days, like, I just don't know if we would resort to suicide. But it's because of the media that gives these kids ideas that if something bad happens, if something negative is said to them that hurts their feelings, their first thought is automatically suicide, not because they want to, but I just feel like that they're exposed to so many TV shows and cartoon shows that probably songs that all talk about suicide. And it's so sad because it's like, you don't have to go out that way. There's so many other ways that we can work through this aside from resorting to suicide. Like, you don't have to. Like, it just hurts my heart that a 9-year-old wants to commit suicide. Like, that wasn't even a thought when I was 9 years old.
Exactly.
Like, that's just so
Mine was, when am I gonna get my next Barbie? Yeah. Or my Brat doll.
Brat doll.
Like, or we were playing Berna.
Yeah, bro. Don't. So, I just feel like it's up to us as a generation to teach these little kids right and make sure that they're not exposed to a negative, toxic environment, because that affects them too. That really does. I don't know where these children are coming from telling this little girl that she should kill herself.
Yeah.
Like, who raised you? And the parents better be ashamed and better be putting their child into shape right now.
But that can't bring her back.
That's just messed up.
Worst part. So yes, rest in peace to her. Question. Has a guy ever opened a car door for you?
I have had one guy in the last 22 years, even though I only started dating at like 15, in the last 22 years who has opened the door for me consistently, even till this day, even though we're not talking, like when I do see him, he always consistently, and it's, by the way, it's not the passenger door, okay, because I'm driving. It's the driver's door. It's the driver's door. He opens the driver's door for me every single time. I never have to open it, ever, ever, ever. Even when I'm coming out of the car, he opens the door for me. And that is one trait I'm picking up now, because I only experienced that this year. So yeah, from now on, you have to open the door for me.
A guy's never opened up my driver door, but yeah, I've had a few guys, like I'd say like 3, that have opened my passenger door. All older, none of them my age, so none of you guys get credit. They're all older, but not the point. So car door opening is such an old-fashioned form of chivalry, quote unquote. And back in the days, if you opened a woman's car door, you were considered a gentleman. You probably get some that night. Mm-hmm. But in modern society, I'm air quoting, we one-sided females, quote unquote again, feminists, have this idea that I'm strong, I'm independent, and feel inferior because of this gesture. And so now we have our men turning around and they're like, fine. If you want to be fully unaided and equal, then scratch the special considerations. And then that's how we fall into this cycle of tit for tat. And I believe like this is why men are the way they are now. I'm not blaming women.
I get it.
What do you think?
I get it. I think I'm guilty, not for the door opening, but like little things like if he wants to fill my gas, right? I'm like, no, I don't need your money. Like, I can do it myself. Mm-hmm. Like, relax. And he'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, you're a strong, independent black woman.
Okay, but on that point, on the other side, if you do let him fill your gas, you can also hear, oh, she's a gold digger. She's only using it for her money. That's her daddy. Da 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 da. So it like anything, any way you flip the coin, someone's gonna have something to say about it.
Facts.
For me personally, I don't want to be like everyone else. There has to be a show of like an aspect of differences. Like, I don't want you to be like everyone else. And I feel the differences help keep the ball rolling. Yeah. So when a guy has opened my door in the past, I've stood there like,
it's so rare.
Are you foreign? Like, what are you doing? But I think it's cute. I think it's so cute.
I think it should be, I honestly think that that door opening should be a regular thing. in terms of, I don't know, like giving the woman like a idea that, okay, I can even though it's the smallest gesture, but like, I can take care of you. Let me open the door for you. Yeah. Like, you know, it's like, it makes you feel...
It warms you.
And yeah, it makes you feel warm and happy and taken care of for the night. I mean, like, why wouldn't you open the door for a woman? I mean, and another thing, which is probably a taboo as well, gentlemen, when you are walking outside with a female, always make sure that the female is on the inside of you.
Not on the street.
Not on the street. Women, if you go on dates and you don't even say anything out loud, if you find out, you just see in your head and you're taking in the whole scene that you're on the outside of the road,
throw him away.
That is character. Please take notes and don't even call him back. Okay.
Make him pay for the dinner.
No, it's very
important. Make him drop you home and don't call him back.
It's very important that all those little gestures make up a man in chivalry. Always make sure that you are on the inside of the sidewalk, please. Not a lot of females know that, so I'm telling you this right now. Make sure that you're on the inside of the sidewalk when you are walking downtown anywhere with a male. There you go.
Back to car door opening. So, listen to this. In the Daily Mail, UK, I read an article called Why Chivalry May Not Always Be What It Seems. And it relates to acts of chivalry to be benevolent sexism, which is the idea that women need to be protected by men, as opposed to hostile sexism, which is what we more commonly see, which is the idea that women are incompetent and inferior to men. And this goes on to say that men perform these acts of chivalry with the perception that women are warm and pure, but they're helpless and incompetent beings. Do you agree or disagree?
And that's why we need men to take care of us. Okay,
exactly.
No, don't ever get it twisted. All women are powerful on their... Okay, listen. We push out children.
We get our periods every month.
We bleed from our tutas for how long? 7 days maximum.
Then we breastfeed.
Then there's post-pregnancy too, first of all. Yeah. People don't even talk about that. Yeah. Okay, post-pregnancy. A lot of my friends have had kids, and post-pregnancy is worse than actual pregnancy because they can't shit properly, okay, because they're stitched up. They can't, like, there's a lot of things that, they bleed for a very long time. Oh, did you know that women don't bleed after they give birth? They bleed after they stop breastfeeding.
You mean like getting their period?
Yeah, like I never knew that. I thought you just get your period automatically after you have the kid, but you don't have your period. You don't get your period until after you're breastfeeding.
I could live with that.
I never knew that.
I could totally live with that.
But that's you have to deal with not shitting properly because you're stitched up because it stretched.
But that's only if you rip.
Yes, possibly.
I ripped my mom. Sorry, mom.
God. Yeah, no, we're independent. I don't need, again, men are dessert. Okay? Mm-hmm. Dessert is not needed. And also, dessert, majority of the time, isn't good for you. But it's a want because it's good. But that doesn't mean
it
that
satisfies me.
It's satisfying. So for them to say that us wanting a guy to open the door for us means that we're incompetent and we can't take care of ourselves, please get it right and get it. First of all, men are weak. Okay, men are weak.
I think that we need men.
We don't need men, Patrice.
I think, in a family, in a household, you need a man. Because if you have a boy child, as a woman, you cannot raise a man. You can tell him how a man should be, but you cannot raise a man. You need a man to raise another man. So in a household, I do believe that we need a man. With that being said, if I give you the privilege to be a man, don't take that for granted. That's it. Point blank period.
Yeah, that's
don't take your role for granted. So that means don't belittle me. What else?
Don't say I'm incompetent. That's
don't say I'm incompetent.
First of all, what's the definition of incompetent? That means that you have no sense, you have no brain, you're not intelligent, you're useless.
Yeah.
Like, how dare you? First of all, I don't need a man. I don't need you. Of course, it's more valuable to have a man in a son's life because a woman can't teach a boy how to be a man. We don't know how to. I get it. And you know what? If the father's not there, we got uncles. We got,
if necessary.
We got uncles if necessary. I ain't need no man. Okay, I don't need. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, we do need a man, but yes, don't say because I need you that now I'm don't belittle me.
But I think that like just putting titles on everything, like needing an explanation for everything, like, it's just making life so difficult. Like, damn, like why does chivalry have to be benevolent sexism? Just let it be chivalry. Like, damn, just like, be thankful.
Be kind.
Come on.
I mean, be kind. Do what you're, that's your role. Like, you need, I mean, take care. Just like if a man were to have a daughter, a man would do everything for their daughter. Mm-hmm. Everything. So it's the same treatment. You do that for the mother. No, it's not sexism. It's just being kind.
Yeah.
To the opposite sex. And the same sex if you are. Like, it shouldn't have to be this whole title thing, oh, because you're this, you're that, so this and that. No, that doesn't even make sense, and now you're just making excuses to be not that. Fuck out of here.
I don't know why they used that word, but that's what was quoted. But yeah, there's a lot of taboos that we don't really talk about or know about.
That's a lot. And the big one to me is, or an interesting one to me, is the handling conflicts in private. Yeah. Like, that's so important. Stop going on. The number of relationships that I know of who go on social media and argue subliminally to each other. That just shows your immaturity. Okay, guys? Grow up.
Like,
meet up in person. Don't go on Twitter, though, and disrespect the person, because then two days later you guys are back together and then everyone just looks at you guys like you're fools. I've done that before.
I've been victim to that too. That's what I was just about to say.
I'm saying now, like, there's 22-year-olds like still doing what we're doing on Twitter beef in grade 9. Like
you have to learn from, like,
you grow up.
Exactly. I'm not saying like you're not gonna do it in life, or like it may not happen. Like, I've been in numerous Twitter beef. I've been in numerous Facebook back-to-back in the DMs, printed out, principal saw, suspended. Like, I've argued on social media with my boyfriends, whatever. You know, I am a victim to, I fall under this category. Not now, but then. And now if I have a problem with someone, think about it, and it's either I'm gonna resolve it if I think you're worth it, or if not, like, I'm just gonna let it go. I'm gonna say my 2 cents. If you don't like it, too bad. If you want to do something about it, we can meet up. But if you're offending someone that I care about, then I can't hold my tongue. It's just not me. So I feel like that's where I fall victim to it. But I'm never gonna go online and be like, kill yourself. You shouldn't be on this earth because of your skin color. No. Like, because who am I?
I don't get it.
Who am I?
I don't get it. And these are people. And majority of these pages don't even have real names or pictures of themselves. These are strangers hiding behind a computer because you're cowards telling people to kill themselves. Like, sometimes I scroll on, like, certain celebrities' comments, like, under their photos, and I'm like, I don't understand how you think this is normal. Like, you have a personal insecurity or, like, something deeper that I have no right to judge you on that is bothering your spirit, and that has attracted a demon to influence you to go online and tell people to kill themselves. Like, you have a problem. If you are so comfortable to tell someone to kill themselves, good luck, honey, because you just printed out your entire destiny. And just know, when we die, we live eternally forever. I'm just letting you know. So whichever place you go to, good fucking luck. And you can't cry then.
The first person that comes to mind when you're saying like stars and stuff like that was Kim Kardashian, because sometimes I read her comments. I love to read comments on Instagram. I'm sorry, but they are so funny. And, like, yes, I laugh when like, I laugh. But on hers, a lot of people like to call her out. Okay, I don't agree with some of the pictures that she posts. I think that as a mother, and not just as a mother, but as a wife, first and foremost, you don't need to be showing us everything. Like, we seen your sex tape. We don't want to see it all again, you know? So, but I read some of the comments and they're just like, oh, like, how are you a mother? Like, how did God bless you with 3 children? Your children are going to grow up to be this and that. And it's just like, guys, she's still a human being. Regardless if she's way richer than you. She has a TV show.
Yeah.
Has probably like 7 cars.
It's none of your business, to be honest.
It's really none of your business.
It's none of your business. I don't even care for that stuff. Like, honestly, I really don't care. Because, you know, what would you do if you had... I'm sorry. Like, if I had all the money in the world, like, I would do whatever what I want to do.
Yeah.
And you're not living with me. You don't sleep with me and my children at night. You don't come to my family get-togethers. So who are you to judge me? You don't even know me. Why do you care so much?
I still do what I want to do, even if I don't have that much money in
stuff. Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, they use her, like,
fame against her?
Her fame against her, or like her past of what she has done. Yeah. Well, you know what? She was a businesswoman and her mother was a manager who basically turned that into a empire that they all feed off of.
And you guys are mad.
So if you're that mad, you go find out a business that you can start an empire off of and you build it up just the way they did. And then you can, I don't know. Then you're just going to get the same hatred in return, to be honest. Because anytime anyone is successful, there's always haters. Whether it's a big success or a small success to whatever the world wants to judge it as. So, yeah. I'm going to cut this part out. But I feel like we should put a number for, like a hotline
for
suicide and stuff. Because that, like, these little... testaments of these little children killing themselves is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
because suicide was one of our biggest ones that we talked about. I think all these problems are relevant and they aren't talked about as much as they should, but suicide is so prevalent in our world right now. So we just are going to let you guys know the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. It is 1-800-273-8255. And this is a resource for you or your loved ones, and they have the best practices for professionals. If you are feeling suicidal, please just talk to someone. Taking your own life is really not the answer. When it's your time to go,
let
God
it naturally happen.
Let it happen.
I don't think that... I feel like whenever you are depressed and feeling low, and this is just because I'm a spiritual person and I grew up in the church all my life, like, God is the answer, people. I'm telling you. You can't have anyone tell you that, because a lot of people have told me that myself as growing up, like, God is the answer, God is the answer. But when you have, like, a personal relationship and you get to experience God for yourself, like, everything, like, your entire perspective on things that negatively happen in your life changes because you have Him to fall back on, like, in terms of feeding you knowledge. He creates everything in your life to happen for a reason, so you learn out of it, not to bash yourself on or, like, beat up yourself on and mentally just, like, hide out from the world. Like, turn to the Bible. The more I read the Bible, the more I realize that there is literally a scripture for every single scenario in your life.
For me, personally, I'm not really a religious person. Like, I don't go to church. I don't really read the Bible, but I still feel like I have a connection with God, you know?
I don't need to go to church to have a relationship with God.
I pray every morning. I try to pray every night before I go to sleep. And I feel like God has gotten me through a lot, because I feel like I've been at a low place in my life. I don't really want to get into it, but if it wasn't for Him, I don't know if I still would be here.
Yep.
I don't know if I would be where I am in my life, which I am really happy where I am in life. And so I just thank him. But if you are someone that is not spiritual or doesn't know God, talk to someone you trust. Just talk to someone, and if that person is not willing to listen to you, then you shouldn't be telling that person.
Yeah, don't. And the biggest thing to look out for, and because I've been depressed before and gone through my own, story, is please don't vent to people who, when you're talking to them, their attention is elsewhere, or they just want to respond. They're not listening to you. That is it's like the rude. First of all, number one, this is my biggest pet peeve. Whenever I am having a conversation with someone, please do not be on your phone.
I'm guilty. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh, my best friend's always on her phone. Don't be on your phone when I'm talking to you. This is what technology is trying to set us up for, against, okay? When I am having a conversation with you, and I'm gonna make it a rule now, okay? 2019, any person who has a conversation with me, no phones, because it's just so distracting, and it alienates us from reality. Like, if someone's there venting to you, don't be on your phone scrolling through Instagram. It's just a rude, it's just rude.
Because you miss the point, first of all.
Yeah,
when I'm on my phone, and someone's telling me something, I miss the point. Yeah, I miss the whole message. I don't feel the emotion you're feeling when you're expressing it to me because I'm not listening. Paying attention. I'm reading something on Instagram or watching a video. So I totally understand where you're coming from. But
yeah, let's just try to be engaged in reality. That's why Beyonce always says, whenever you go if you've been to a Beyonce concert, no phones. No phones. She actually says it every single concert. No phones. Live in the moment. Yeah. Stop picking up your phone. Have a camera so you can print out the pictures to show your children one day. But on our phones, it's just so distracting. I hate when people are on their phone when I'm talking to them. It's my biggest. It's wow. I never am on the phone when you're talking, and I literally look you straight in the eye and I listen to you. And then when I talk to certain people, they're always on their damn phone. And I get it. They don't know better because we are a technology generation. And we're just, I heard that they have to have laptops in schools now.
What?
I used to bring a notebook.
Yeah, pen and paper,
bro.
My hand's dead off.
My high school, they have to bring laptops to school now to engage in the curriculum.
Yeah, go through the slides and stuff. That's very interesting.
That's scary.
That's very scary too.
That is scary. That just means that by 2030, there's going to be flying cars. First of all, we're already charging up our cars. Okay, there's a parking lot near my house where they have a parking lot full of chargers or whatever to charge up your car. They're getting rid of what's it called? Gas-based cars? Yeah, gas-based cars. I don't even know if I'm right, but you know what I mean.
That's for another episode, though. We'll talk about the future. That would be a good one.
The future is going to be nuts and scary, but yes, if you are feeling depressed, please talk to someone. Please, purchase I'm telling you, self-help books help so much, because it's not like we don't know these things, but sometimes we need to read things to remind ourselves how special and how many resources and how to just go about these scenarios that we encounter in our lives, because they're already planned out to be like this. We already have our own story and certain things are already going to happen and are already predestined for us, but we just need to learn how to get through those moments. So let me just read out the suicide watch number one more time, just so everyone has it, and just know that there are people that you can reach out to. So the number is 1-800-273-8255, and this line helps prevent suicide. They provide 24/7 free and confidential support for people in distress, prevention and crisis, and offer prevention and crisis resources for you or your loved ones. So please reach out to National Suicide Prevention Lifeline.
And death is easy.
Oh,
Fight
yes.
for your life, because you only get one.
You only get one.
And make it the best you can.
But yes, thank you for tuning in to Shalisa Marie Radio. This is episode 21. I am your host, Shalisa Marie.
And Patrice.
And we out. So that was the end of SMR for 2018. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in to every single episode that I put out. I just wish everyone a happy new year, more success, more money, more love, more happiness, more peace, more stillness, everything that you deserve. I hope it comes to you in this new year. Don't expect the new year to be perfect. It is another year of, more obstacles, but higher obstacles that bring you to the top of the mountain. Okay, so make sure that you work hard, make sure that you stay focused, make sure that you try to direct where you place your energy. Don't get distracted, stay focused, take care of your family, your friends, pray every day, enjoy yourself, laugh, smile. You look so much more beautiful when you smile. And I just would like to thank every single one of you for tuning in to SMR this year. This is a year that will change my life and has changed my life for the better. So I'm grateful that I've created this platform for everyone to gain some type of, inspiration or knowledge from. And I'd just like to ask all of you to share this episode, share my previous episodes, and don't ever forget to subscribe so that every single time I put out an episode, you can get a notification. So thank you guys all, and Happy New Year. Mwah. Shalisa Marie Radio.
When I'm touching your body, this is the party that I like. When I'm touching your body, this is the party that I like. For the camera, we about to make a movie. Right now, baby, blow them candles out and make a wish, and I'll be there. 'Cause it's your birthday. It's your birthday. Shawty, it's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. And I hope that you gon' spend the night with me. That lingerie is all I wanna see. I hope you go and put it on for me. Yeah. I hope that I'm the only one who sees us. I hope that you keep your word. Girl, you know that we all alone now. They don't know what we about to do, yeah. Girl, you know that we all alone now. They don't know what we about to do, yeah. When I'm touching your body, this is the party that I like, yeah. And when I'm touching your body, this is the party that I like. For the camera, we about to make a movie. Right now, baby, blow them candles out and make a wish, and I'll be there. 'Cause it's your birthday. It's your birthday. Shawty, it's your birthday. 'Cause it's your birthday. It's your birthday. And I hope that you gon' spend the night with me. Girl, you gon' fall in love when it's over. Lay you right there on the sofa. I asked if I should leave, she told me no, sir. Then I put her up against the wall like posters. You never messed with a young boy. It's your special day, girl, it's all yours. Baby, blow your candle out. I wanna see you use your mouth. Make a wish. When I'm touching your body, this is the party that I like, yeah. And when I'm touching your body, this is the party that I like. For the camera, we about to make a movie. Your body